Hi, my name is Patrick, and here we're going to discuss important shortcut methods for SNAP. This is the part 4 of the series. We had a part 1, 2, 3 from the first day. Now, part 4 is for the second day, as such. That was held recently. So, basically, shortcut concepts based on the question that was, or paper that was held on 17 December exam. So, we'll take a couple of questions and look at the approaches of how to solve, and that should help you. I mean, similar concept normally are repeated. So if you can understand the concept, you can do it really fast, right? So know the concept so that if you know the shortcut method, you can use it and do it fast. Okay, one of the common shortcut methods is something called a cross multiplication. So let's look at how to use it out here. I mean, normally students solve by equations, but what happens in equation takes a longer time. You write the equation, then you try the steps, you get the answer, but it normally takes a longer time. Cross multiplication is a much shorter way of solving the same thing. Right now, if you look at it, John scored 60% of the marks. So if John scored 60%, so Jim would have scored how much? 40%, right? Because 60% total marks scored by both of them. So if John scored 60, Jim scored 40, which means the difference is 20%. And this 20% they have said is 18 marks. The difference of 20% is 18 marks. So 60% is how much? Right? I mean, if you look at difference of John and Jim, John is 60%, so automatically Jim is remaining 40%. Difference is 20%. 20% stands for 18. So 60% is how much? 60% is what John is. This is into 3, so this will be also into 3. So 18 3s are 54. I mean, if you understand the concept, you don't even have to write. You can directly make out 60, 40, 20. 20 stands for 18. 60 will be how much? So 20 3s are 60. So 18 3s are 54. You'll get the answer. Obviously, you can cross multiply also. 60 into 18 upon 20 will still get 54. Right. Another concept is based on average. Again, a sum that had come in the examination. You can do it multiple methods. One is obviously normally equations. But let me introduce to you a couple of methods which are there. Okay, one is around the average total is 0. So we have 24 friends who are there, and then a person, one person, 24 and 1. Now this 24 people spend 10 less than the average. If they spend 10 less than the average, total 24 into minus 10 is minus 240. They spend 240 less than the average on total. Which means this one person who is there must have spent 240 more than the average. Right? There's one person, because there's only one person, he spent 240 more than the average. Remember, around the average, total will be 0. That means how much or ever is less, that much will be more. Since there is 240 less, this will be 240 more. So this is plus 240. One person, right? 240. So difference between this person who scored 290, okay, and this person who is that average of all the 24 people is 250. 240 plus 10, 250. Difference is 250. Which means if this is 290, these 24 people would have spent 290 minus 250, which is 40 is the answer. You will get the 40 answer. How did 250 came in? It's 240 plus 10, 250. Minus 240 to come to an average, and again further 10 to come to those 24 people by. So you'll get 40 as the answer. You can also do this by reverse alligation. We talked about alligation earlier. There's a concept called reverse alligation. So basically, you're mixing 290, okay, one person who is at 290 with the remaining 24 people. We normally write the average in between out here. This is how you write. When you do alligation, we subtract 290 minus the average, we write it here. We subtract this average minus this value, we write it here. Now we know this difference is 10, remember, this difference is 10. Okay, and this comes from 1. This 1 stands for 10, so 24 stands for 240. Okay, this 1. So remember, when you subtract these two, this comes out here 1. 1 stands out here, this 24 you write it out here. This 1 stands for 10, 24 stands for 240. So if you want to average 290 minus 240 will give you 50, and you want this value 50 minus 10 will give you 40. Concept of reverse alligation. Little complex. If you don't understand, skip it. If you understand this, around the average total is 0, it will be much faster to solve. Right? I hope this is clear. Try to understand the methods and see if you can apply it to different kind of sums. If you're able to apply and understand them, You'll be able to save time, and saving little time will help you to solve more questions. Remember, in a speed-based exam, solving fast and a faster method helps you in a lot to solve more number of questions, right? We'll come up with more videos that will help you. All the best for your next exam. Thank you.